I would definitely love to get home internet for $50 at T-Mobile. I don't know. All right. We should be live. Are we? Yes, we are. Okay. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from just outside of Harrisburg. Yes. Yeah, I forgot to change the batteries in my HH just before we left. I forgot to replace the batteries in my HH just before we left Chicago. It reset on me as we were setting up here. And that is WXL 40 in Harrisburg that we're getting right now. That's the main station. That is the main station here. So I never got a chance to run a little stream about exactly what has been going on so far regarding the trip. So let me explain what has happened so far. So if you saw my first 2DXing videos, you saw I was even getting a station from Wilmington, Ohio, and a station from Detroit on day one when we were departing Chicago for that 5-hour road trip. We had lunch at one of the travel plazas outside, on the Indiana Toll Road, and then we stopped at yet another one on the Ohio Turnpike, and then eventually we stopped outside of Cleveland for the night. And if you saw my Sunday video, I had actually gotten surprised by them for 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. Well, one of them set off Columbus, and then there was another one that set off KHB 59, which was my main channel at the time. And then there was a marine warning, which went over both KHB 59 and KDO 94 out of Akron. And then on the way to Philly, I managed to pick up Pittsburgh. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. I'm going to talk about that. So, and I did see the video, by the way, and I'll talk about it today as well. So, then it was and then of course that night, watched the $100,000 Pyramid, Celebrity Family Feud. Of course, I got KDKA that night as well, although they ran it late. And then all the Monday tests did go without a hitch. However, I'm actually surprised that WNRP and YPR both tested on the same night, the very same morning. So pretty much half of the overnight tests are remaining at this point, YND and YCT. Both still haven't went yet. I don't know if YCT went last night, but I'll have to check. I'll keep checking them the rest of this week, and I'll talk about that. But oh boy, yesterday's severe weather event in Philadelphia, that was probably something. So at least Cleveland and Mount Holly so far have done something interesting for once. I know Wakefield did the same thing for me last year, but allow me to explain what happened, because I said I was going to run a Dave & Buster's live stream yesterday, but I'll explain what happened. Yeah, a lot of times throughout the day, my phone's battery has been getting very, very low. We only had like 2 power banks. One of them, a smaller one, which only lasted 30 minutes on a single charge. That's bad. So, yeah, by the time I discovered that, I pretty much axed the plans for a Dave & Buster's stream on the Delaware River in Philadelphia. But we did actually check out downtown Philly. In fact, I could call it a water fountain emporium, because there was literally like a single water fountain in each intersection. There were like 5. Yeah, there were at 5 in front of the Philadelphia Art Museum. There were two that were exactly identical. However, there were supposed to be a couple of others beside the stairs. However, they weren't operating. That was on the final night in Philadelphia. In fact, that was during the severe weather event down there. So it was around noon when a severe thunderstorm watch came out for Philly. Of course, that caught me off guard because we were busy with the trip and stuff. And then it was, so let me think. So let's see. Then it was later in the day, well, when we were having lunch at the terminal market, that's where, like, the main part of the event began. Like where the main part of the whole thing started. There were a few severe thunderstorm warnings. In fact, Philadelphia County actually got placed under severe thunderstorm warnings multiple times. I actually did get some of them on KIH-28. However, I did not get absolutely everything. Unfortunately, I did not get absolutely everything on KIH-28 or from Mount Holly at all. However, I will actually go back on WJON when I return home at the end of this weekend, and by then I'll go back on everything and get all caught up with what has happened while we were gone. But anyway, then, going to today, talking about the weeklies. So, well, of course, all the overnight stuff did go without a hitch. Of course, I got WJAS, but then I actually did finally get a WIAL weekly. They must have changed services. And I actually was on State College's live stream earlier, and I was telling him about how I was able to DX the State College weekly. However, I only got the headers, and I had to do the whole thing on the stream. Well, that's because we were checking out Valley Forge at that same time, so I had to put more time to that than the test, but at least I still got the State College test, and some of them nonetheless. But I did get what I could, and I will be getting that compilation up later tonight. Normally it would end with WCKA, however, because I'm in the Eastern time zone, that's going to actually start the Thursday compilation. And then, of course, MGM will follow soon after. MRA actually went on Tuesday night. Yeah, Tuesday morning was when WMRA went, by the way. And OLB had some difficulty there, but I am correcting the automations as I see mistakes. But I actually did get the Mount Holly weekly. Of course, I got it on KIH-28, and then as soon as I got back to the car to head over to the next spot on that encampment tour, I actually DX'd WNG 705 out of Honesdale, and I got their message in its entirety. Fully recorded. No live stream of it, and got it in its entirety. However, the HH never activated, though, for all of them. But it did activate for all of the severe weather stuff in Philadelphia yesterday, including a flood watch for Sterling's coverage, which included Cecil County, and then a flood warning, which unfortunately I missed the scrolls of all of those, on both of those. But I did get all the other stuff. In fact, there were actually 2 additional marine warnings that were issued that same night. Both of those were during last night's Beat Shazam and Don't Forget the Lyrics on Fox. I got all of those. And I did try to go for all of the other overnight stuff. And I actually did try to go for everything else despite the... But yeah, I did try to go for everything else despite my phone's battery being low, so I tried to keep getting the power bank to come on, and well, it did work for the most part. Unfortunately, I decided not to risk Seattle, and I only got Chilliwack at the end. But this is a really interesting story about what happened later in the day. So I've already made a comment on I already replied to Central Virginia's comment on today's Bowling Train episode, the 38th installment of the series, and I was telling him on Java Edition, well, yeah, that's something I don't play Java Edition anymore. I stopped playing it many years ago in exchange for the Windows Edition. Well, anyway, continuing with the story. So, as we were planning out the trip, I was thinking, why don't I do the Strasburg Railroad Museum, the train ride, and the Choo Choo Barn. In fact, how long the Valley Forge exhibition took, I was thinking that we were not going to get enough time to do all of that, but we actually did get enough time to do all three. In fact, my voice was actually heard on the Virtual Rollfan Strasburg camera because I was going across the tracks reading the sign saying that there's a Virtual Rollfan camera nearby. And of course, when I looked up, there it was. And there was another one on the other end of the train ride near the Northeast Regional. In fact, I actually did see a Northeast Regional train go by on the way. And there was another one with that same notice. But, in fact, this was a kind of a similar experience to Chattanooga, although it was much different. As I did take a train ride in Chattanooga back in 2016. However, it was not very exciting. There wasn't much to see. But this time, there actually was so much to see because we passed by a separate amusement park playground kind of place along the way. And in fact, I was so lucky I got it as the last train of the day. The very last train of Strasburg for the day. And then after that, went to the Choo Choo Barn, which is about a couple minutes away from there. And they have this large model train layout, and boy, that was fun to watch. There was even a scavenger hunt as well, and I think I just realized that I forgot to take something out of my pocket. See if I can find, here it is. There we are. So anyway. So then as we were going into the layout, to see the layout, boy, it was really well detailed. There was an actual working water fountain. There was an actual fluttering U.S. flag. And there was even working model railroad crossings. There was a whole lot of stuff in that place. And oh boy, was that a lot of fun. I know I haven't gotten any of the random iPause tests or even any of the scheduled ones, except for the FEMA ones on Monday. And yeah, I actually did get the St. Louis Weekly. However, I did not know what they were going to do 30 minutes later. Of course, they haven't issued any statements prior to that, and I know there's a severe thunderstorm watch still in effect. That goes till 10 o'clock. That risk is actually down to a slight now. But as I woke up this morning and got out the door on the way, I saw Chicago wanted me to come home because I saw they were issuing warnings left and right. I heard there was one there were actually several for the city of Chicago, and there were marine warnings coming in left and right as well. I did not know what St. Louis was going to do. They were under a marginal risk, and I mean, I think it does make sense because that severe thunderstorm warning did come by surprise. So, and impressively enough, Wilmington, Ohio actually still tested, even though there was a enhanced risk of severe weather near their area. There was even severe weather going on in Milwaukee. I don't think I ever heard anything from Lincoln. I don't even know if they tested at all. They probably postponed it because I didn't see it on John's logger either. But what I can tell you is that these are the offices that have postponed their test today, and we'll be hearing from all of them tomorrow. So of course, Grand Rapids will be at 11:15 Eastern. Northern Indiana should be, because the last time Northern Indiana postponed the test, it went right at the very beginning of the time window, which was like right at 11 that one time. Detroit should be, I don't think Detroit postpones tests at all, even though they say they're going to postpone it. I don't think they're going to. But of course, my home office is, of course, postponed theirs. But I will see how many of these I can get tomorrow. Chicago, I know their time frame. Quad Cities right at 11. Lincoln, sometime within the 10 a.m. hour. Milwaukee's right at noon. There was severe weather going on at the time of their weekly. Of course, they never made a statement, but I do know that they postponed it. So that's what that is. And yeah, we're at the Spring Hill. They actually put a second TV here. However, they have to hook it up. They still got to get it hooked up to the system. This is our little setup of everything. There's my HH monitor and WXL40. And I heard they're calling for another risk of severe weather here tomorrow. Well, and I guess it's not over yet in northern Indiana. They just put a tornado warning out. We probably wouldn't be able to get it in the first place anyway. I'll show you the risk for tomorrow. As soon as it loads here. There we go. So this is the risk for tomorrow. This time it's for all of New Jersey, and it's for all of Connecticut, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and even the Philadelphia area too. So we could be looking at more severe weather, potentially a severe weather event for the State College coverage. But I mean, I was surprised I was able to DX Harrisburg all the way from where I was. It was amazing. It was just amazing with that. But that's what the risk looks like. And then there's a larger marginal for Minnesota. But I will see I'll see what tests I can get tomorrow. I am hoping on Saturday that I'll be able to do a Dave and Buster stream. I'm hoping to get a Dave and Buster stream in on Saturday, because I know I said I was going to do one in Philadelphia, but I didn't redeem it for any prizes, because I want to save it all for the end. Yeah, because I want to save all that for the end, but... So yeah, that's what's been going on with the trip so far, and how it's all been going severe weather-wise. I know I didn't get to do much activity, but I mean, there really isn't anything much in my interest tonight on TV, but did actually see the first half of a rerun of a Shopping Spree episode of Wheel of Fortune. And yes, Harrisburg's Wheel of Fortune relays. In Harrisburg, Wheel of Fortune is broadcasted on CBS. That actually comes first, and then Jeopardy. And on Monday, when we arrived in Philly and had dinner, I was so surprised that I got to see a brand new episode of Jeopardy and an entire rerun of a Shopping Spree episode of Wheel of Fortune, in which that was a $40,000 winner. I'm sure they're doing reruns of random weeks of Wheel of Fortune episodes, but we'll have new ones in the fall. And I heard somewhere that these are going to be the final episodes of, I think at the end of this week, it'll be the end of season 39 of Jeopardy. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. If that's going to go on reruns as well, or they're going to start airing the 40th season right away. So I don't know what they're going to do about that. But we will find out for sure eventually. And I know I've been missing out on Split Second and Hey Yahoo. I'm pretty sure Split Second is probably nearly done with its season at this point as well, leaving just Hey Yahoo left in the in the schedule. So pretty much, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the 6:30 time slot back at home. Maybe fill it in with playing Wheel of Fortune. But I know I probably have I have a whole ton of Split Second and Hey Yahoo episodes to watch and make up. I did actually make up Monday's Millionaire episode yesterday, but I know I still have a couple of others to watch, including yesterday's Millionaire and today's Millionaire, both on GSN. I know both of those aren't recording, but I'm glad the Game Show Channel is archiving those episodes. But yeah, those were fun. The last episode I watched before the trip was actually the 100th episode of Millionaire from May 18th of 2000. So that's where we stand right now. And then eventually I'll be back to the normal schedule, hopefully with me going back to my part-time job. Because I know I still have a whole ton of other Bowling Train episodes to film. Probably some more nostalgia episodes. So we'll see how it goes with my part-time job and everything, and then that will determine when I'll be able to make more nostalgia episodes. As I know I still have to do those Latitude drivers. So we'll do a Latitude Restoration Part 2 for the next episode. I'll see how many episodes I can film, because I already have so many ideas. And in fact, ever since day one, since the final day in Cleveland, I've actually been laying out plans for a massive Street View video featuring the entirety of the road trip. However, that could hinder the plans of filming more Bowling Train and nostalgia episodes, but I already have a nostalgia episode ready for next week, so we should be good on that. I see Pittsburgh wants to say hello after I got KH35 on the way. That was exciting. But really, that's pretty much it for plans. I just want to do a quick live stream explaining the plans of the trip, how it went so far, and what is to come. So tomorrow's test compilation should include the postponed weeklies, including the usual overnight stuff. In fact, there won't really be too much during the day, really. It's just XHB, the auto, and that's it. And really, today we have all the remaining monthly tests. So if I go over to the monthly test thing, that's it. That's all the monthlies for July. So when I get back home, I'll set them all. I'll set up next month's tests, get caught up on WJON, and then we should be all set. Because next month, we're going overnight. And I've noticed the EMFs have been going overnight too, because I saw K-Love win at 1:51 a.m. on Monday morning, which of course I missed, but it's no big deal. And speaking of Tuesday, going back to the Philadelphia thing, we had to Uber around downtown. Yeah, we had to Uber around downtown Philadelphia. And in fact, along the way, I was greeted by several other radio stations as well. I think the first one was Big 98.1. And then I got a surprise greeting from the Philadelphia K-Love on another Uber that we took. And in fact, on that Uber, the K-Love there relayed 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. In fact, I know the patterns of the EMFs, and I seem to be knowing them very well. So, of course, then on the way I had to tune our car stereo to K-Love. However, now I'm going to have to put it on Harrisburg because we're pretty much out of Philly's K-Love range. But it's no big deal. So yeah, that's all that's all that I have for y'all for now. But again, I'm looking forward to getting more Plainfield TV programming ready for y'all soon. In fact, including a 24/7 weather scan stream, in which I actually might run a test stream on the same night. So on Sunday when we return. If you see a test stream come up, we're just testing out the weather scan 24 stream, making sure that's ready to go, and all that good stuff. So that's what we're looking forward to. I've been having difficulty getting a stream going, a weather radio stream, but I am looking forward to a 24/7 weather scan stream when I'm away from home. So let's hope the HP does it better than the Dell did, and maybe it'll last longer. So looking forward to it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for now. So I might run a few more streams if I get the chance to, and then I'm hoping to do a Dave and Buster stream on Saturday. And maybe this time. And speaking of Dave and Buster's, I actually did win the jackpot on Deal or No Deal for the first time, all by myself. That's the second time I've ever won the jackpot on that game. The first time I've done it all alone. No help at all. And boy, was I lucky. It was after somebody running an extra credit on one of the other machines that I decided to do 2 of them. But boy, that was fun. And I also won the Jurassic World jackpot twice. There are also a few other jackpots I won too, even some close calls. But yeah, really, that's all I have for y'all for now. So I'm going to get the Wednesday compilation up and then get set for tonight's stuff. And maybe depending on how long we finish tomorrow, I should probably hopefully be in time for Generation Gap, The Chase, and Pressure Luck all on ABC. And then Friday, nothing else. So maybe I might run another stream. Yes, we've been wondering about the national test. I know we've been waiting for a date. We've been waiting for a date for months, and I'm glad that they're finally going to announce a date. And I see the flash flood warning from Cleveland as a flood advisory has been upgraded to a flash flood warning. Well, that's not good. So I'm looking forward to doing a Dave and Buster stream on Saturday. And let's see, the watch has been extended by Northern Indiana. They even expanded it to include a few counties. But again, I'm looking forward to doing a Dave and Buster stream on Saturday. And then the next day, probably tomorrow night, that's the following night, should be back in time to do our usual Sunday shows. And then by the end of it, I'll probably do a full recap of everything John did while I was away. And I'll get caught up on that. And then get the next month's tests ready. And then I'll run that test stream. And then we should be good to go by the time next Monday rolls around. So I got a lot of business to do before that. But either way, looking forward to it. I'm getting excited for another Dave and Buster stream, another chance to do so after the first one was axed. Can't wait to see if I get another chance to do another one, and this Saturday will be my chance. So, well, we'll see if I can get around to doing a Dave and Buster stream. So we'll see if I get another chance. So we'll see if I can do a Dave and Buster stream on Saturday, or maybe I might do another stream like this in between that. And then if not, then we'll definitely be back on Sunday. Well, either way, we'll be back on Sunday, and we will be back to our usual schedule for a few days, because then Thursday is away mode. So yeah, here's Harrisburg.
20%. Friday night, warm. Partly cloudy with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Lows in the lower 70s.
Yep, that's Harrisburg talking about the impending heat dome coming. I mean, that's what it was talking about on the evening news just before Wheel of Fortune. But again, I'm looking forward to doing another Dave and Buster's stream. And so I know I've been talking too much, but we would normally be doing Deal or No Deal. However, I'll see if I can figure out getting virtual machines working on that HP laptop, and if everything goes well, then I actually might be able to do Deal or No Deal with Brandon. And even Wheel of Fortune too. Even when we're away from home. That would be nice. But then again, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. Can't remember when the last Air 1 test was. But I know we're on day 3 of K-Love, so what I probably might do is DX, just have K-Love going tonight on my iPhone, because there's really nothing much going on. And I have gotten a K-Love test away from home before, and the last time that happened was Vero Beach, Florida. That was the K-Love station that the stream was receiving, well, the website was recognizing. The last Air 1 test I got away from home was, again, that same area, but there were no Air 1s nearby, so it didn't show anything. And hopefully this time I can finally get a K-Love test with the new website design, because the first couple of times I missed both of them, but this should probably be my chance because K-Love is on day 3 because they went on Monday. They went on Monday morning, so... Oh, wait, am I looking at this right? Thursday, that's day 3. And then if I remember correctly, Air 1 should be on... I might probably do another check of Air 1, because they didn't go last night. Let's see if I remember which one it was. The last Air 1 was 7/19. This is July 26th, so I think... Not sure when Air 1 went, because of course I don't have Discord, so I'll have to figure that out, and then by the time I get back home, I'll get caught up with where we're at with EMF and get back on track and whatnot. So, but either way, I am looking forward to doing another Dave and Buster's stream this weekend, which I'm hoping to do before the end of the trip. And then it's the long journey home, and then it's the long journey back virtually. Boy, it's going to be a lot of fun. So, pretty much at this point, gotta get a lot of rest for tomorrow, because I'm going to be busy. Very, 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 very busy with a lot of stuff. So that's pretty much going to do it here for me tonight. I just wanted to do a quick little stream about talking about the plans, the things that have happened so far, and what happened today, and I'm looking forward to as we get closer to the return trip home, and what the future holds for our TV network and how it operates when we're away from home. So I could actually move all of our programming over to that 24/7 weather scan stream. However, I'll have to record it and upload it separately onto either my main channel or However, I'm still trying to get all the games on there, but I'll figure that out when we get back. So that's going to do it then, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for joining us. We hope you have a great rest of your night, and I hope to see you on Saturday for the Dave and Buster's stream. Maybe in between. If not, then we'll see you again on Sunday night back at home. So until then, have a great rest of your night, and we will see you then.